Yo, hold up. You need to hear this right now. Because China just did something that has the entire Pentagon on edge. And I promise you, by the end of this, you're going to understand exactly why this is a big deal. Like, a really big deal. China just tested a missile. But not just any missile. They're calling it a carrier killer. As in, it was literally built for one purpose, to sink a US aircraft carrier. Let that hit for a second. Okay, so real talk, let me break this down super simple because I know military stuff can get confusing fast. An aircraft carrier is basically America's most powerful weapon on water. We're talking a floating city, thousands of sailors, dozens of fighter jets, nuclear-capable aircraft, the whole deal. When the US wants to project power anywhere in the world, the Pacific, the Middle East, wherever, the first thing they do is move a carrier into position. It's like the ultimate don't mess with us card. And China just said, yeah, we got something for that. So this missile they tested, it's called the DF-21D. Some folks in defense circles straight up call it the carrier killer. And bro, the range on this thing is wild. We're talking about a missile that can travel over 1,000 miles and hit a moving target in the ocean. A moving target in the ocean. That is not easy. That is actually insanely hard to do. And China just showed the world they can do it. The test apparently went well, like really well. And when those results hit the Pentagon, let's just say it wasn't a fun morning in Washington. But before I get into exactly how the Pentagon reacted, what this means for US military strategy, and why some defense experts are saying this changes the whole game in the Pacific, make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop a like real quick. I drop these breakdowns regularly, and you do not want to be late to these conversations. Okay? Okay. Let's keep going. So here's where it gets really interesting. The Pentagon didn't stay quiet. They came out and acknowledged the test. And when the US military actually acknowledges something China did, you know it's serious. Because normally they play it cool, downplay stuff. Everything is fine. We're monitoring the situation. Not this time. Defense officials straight up said this test represents a significant development. That's Pentagon language for, yeah, we're shook. And honestly, they have reason to be. Because right now the US has carrier strike groups operating in the South China Sea, near Taiwan, near areas where China has been increasingly aggressive. And if China can credibly threaten those carriers, that changes every single calculation America has been making in that region for the last 30 years. Now here's the part that really got me. China didn't just test this quietly out in the desert somewhere hoping nobody noticed. Nah. They basically made sure the world knew about it. State media covered it. Military officials talked about it publicly. They wanted this seen. This was a message, wrapped in a missile test, delivered directly to Washington. And the message was real simple. Your carriers aren't untouchable anymore. So what does the US do now? That's the question everyone in defense circles is chewing on right now. Because the whole strategy in the Pacific has been built around carrier dominance. The idea that if things go sideways near Taiwan or in the South China Sea, America can roll in with a carrier strike group, and that's basically game over for the other side. China just made that calculation a whole lot more complicated. Some experts are already saying the US needs to completely rethink how it operates in the region. More submarines, more long-range stealth assets, less reliance on carriers being right up front in contested waters. That's a massive strategic shift, and it costs billions, and it takes years. China knows that too. Look, nobody's saying war is coming tomorrow. Nobody's saying panic. But what I am saying is this. The world just changed a little bit today, quietly, without most people even noticing. China drew a line in the water and backed it up with a missile test that the most powerful military on Earth is taking very seriously. And that matters. For the Pacific, for Taiwan, for all of us watching from here. All right, if this had you thinking, if you learned something, smash that like button right now. It genuinely helps this channel grow and lets me keep bringing you these breakdowns before they hit the mainstream news. Subscribe if you haven't already. Seriously, this stuff moves fast and you want to be in the loop. And drop a comment. Do you think US aircraft carriers are still the most powerful force on the ocean, or has China just changed the game? I want to know what you think. Let's talk about it.